You like anime? Due to YouTube circumstances, all our anime reactions are over at the Goosh, which is our Patreon. Over 3,000 of them. Link is in the description. A partial list is in the comment section. Bring your balls. Okay, this video is one of the most disturbing things I've seen in quite some time. And it's disturbing on for a number of reasons. And I'm going to show you a little clip of it because I post this to YouTube and we have no idea where YouTube is going to come down on any given situation on what they feel is acceptable or not acceptable. It depends, because there are all the rules are rather vague and they are not implemented evenly at all. So I'm just going to show you a brief clip of it, but I'm going to link the video, the Twitter account that has the entire video on there. It'll be right in the description, so you can take a look and see. I'm also going to be uploading this to YouTube and to my Rumble account. I've opened a Rumble account just because in talking about things along these lines and YouTube being so unpredictable and so uneven, if there are issues here, I'll have to move all of this type of content that is topical or in any way, shape, or form, maybe seeming as even the slightest bit controversial, would have to go over there. Now, that said, this is in a school in Las Vegas. A young woman comes up behind another young woman sitting at her desk and beats her into unconsciousness. And that's not good enough. After the girl who's taken the beating goes limp and stops even trying to cover up, she gets a bunch more shots in directly to the head. It's a full classroom. Do any of the students get involved? That would be, you would hope that some would get together and just restrain her, but no. Do teachers get involved? Oh, not to any serious. Oh, here, let's take a look. I'll show you the beginning of the video. Only let me move over here. I've got it queued up. Now, again, I'm only going to show you a little bit.
No, stop. Guys, stop. Get off of her.
That right there, just so you're aware, even though I only showed you a small clip of the video, that was the extent of the teacher's involvement, pretty much. No, stop, get off of her. As I said, the girl taking the beating gets beat into unconsciousness and continues taking blows long after she's out. I don't know so far. I haven't been able to find out if it's been made public what the girl's condition is. It's certainly enough of a beating that it could easily be life-threatening. That, you know, this type of thing could lead to a brain bleed very easily. I have no confirmation on what happened to the psycho that was beating her down. But here's the issue. The teacher can't get involved because the schools and the teachers are afraid of lawsuits, and lawsuits would fly. We know in so many of these situations, you'll see this girl beating this girl mercilessly, and somebody will come in to drag her off and throw her down, and they'll get sued because they hurt their poor little child who has just understood she was going through a tough time at home. You didn't have to hurt her to get her off. That's exactly what happens. And people accept that. In a court, that's admissible. Instead of a court saying, no, we've got video. Whatever transpired prior to this kid came up and pummeled another human being, put their life at risk. I don't give a shit if she hasn't gotten enough hugs at home. I don't care if her parents are going through a divorce. I don't give a damn what happened to her, because she's victimizing someone else. And here's the thing that isn't being taken into consideration as far as I'm concerned. I look at this and I tell you, I guarantee you, if this was my child taking that beating and I witnessed this video, I know goddamn well what I would do about it. There's no doubt, no question about what I would do. I know exactly what it is. I'm not going to say it. You can use your imagination. But this is what you're inviting. By having this society where everybody's terrified to get involved in any way because they're afraid of mobs or lawsuits or whatever the case may be, and by mobs I mean social media mobs, you're just empowering the people who will victimize other people. And it goes on all the time. in this day and age where everything is on video, there's no reason that a teacher, an administrator, anybody should have been hesitant to break that up. Who cares if in getting this girl off the other girl, if getting the aggressor off the victim, in the scope of that, the aggressor gets her arm broken, who cares? You're trying to save somebody's life, potentially. And everybody, you got rules and regulations. Well, no, you can't get involved. We'll get the school sued. And, oh, wait, and you're going to love this. Possibly the most disgusting thing, well, not more disgusting than the beating, but close. I'm going to read from the Clark County School District. This is what they posted in response to this. I'm going to read parts of it. They talk about they're investigating every reported case and they take appropriate action, all the usual bullshit that they may or may not do, who knows. But this line is important. We strongly encourage students and members of the community not to share footage of this incident or any other student fights. Showing this video serves no purpose other than to further ridicule and embarrass the victim and embolden bullies. Does anybody believe even for a moment that that's why they don't want that video shared? That's like getting a pedophile convicted of the most heinous thing against children, but saying, having that pedophile say, you know what, don't share this news, don't share any video you might have of the things I've done wrong because it might encourage other people to harm children. No, they don't want it out there because they don't want their school to be seen as a lawless fucking zoo. They don't want their school system to be seen as someplace where a parent sends their child to school and hopes they come back alive and they don't get beat to death by one of the other students. And they try and protect themselves in this manner designed to make you feel guilty. If you were dare to share the video, you're just going to encourage other bullies. It's not that we're not trying to protect ourselves. We're trying to protect others. Get the fuck out of here. Are you for real right now? Oh my God. What's going on? But I'm telling you, that's what I was leading to. You can have all the obvious issues here, all the obvious problems. Everything needs to be re-looked at. When someone's being victimized in general, others who are willing to stop that victimization should be able to intervene without worrying about having their lives ruined. Whether it's in a school, whether it's on a subway platform, whether it's on the street, wherever it may be, if somebody's able and willing to protect somebody who's a victim and all this. Now, I don't know what caused that. If we find out that it was something over a shared love interest or something, it's going to be even worse. Not that it could get much worse, but there's no reason to blindside somebody and potentially take their life away in giving such a horrific beating. There just isn't any. And again, it doesn't matter what the girl who attacked her, it doesn't matter what her background is. Who gives a shit? Who cares, again, how many hugs she got? She took the chance on possibly killing someone. And what I was leading to is, as I said, if that were my child, I know exactly what I would do. And that's what's going to happen if this continues. If everybody's afraid to intervene, especially in a situation like that, in a school, where you hope once your kids get inside the walls, they're safe, you're going to have a real tragedy on your hands someday. It's going to be worse than an individual beatdown because there's going to be repercussions. There's going to be somebody who can't deal with it, isn't willing to deal with it since nobody else is willing to do what needs to be done. Somebody is going to say, okay, I'm going to take care of it myself. And then who's at fault then? Well, no, we'll make excuses once again. Well, maybe he felt he had to take that action because he didn't get enough hugs. So we'll find a reason to excuse the behavior. All of this has just gotten completely nuts. It needs to be changed, and it needs to be changed right away to where laws reflect a little common sense in issues like this. And if you're willing and able to prevent someone else from being abducted, from being beaten, from being killed, you should be able to do so without worrying about if the rest of your life is going to be ruined. This is nuts.